And the way they came about was the ocean floor is made from sort of these open rifts in the middle of the ocean, like that Eyjafjallajökull volcano in Iceland that was erupting.
Oh, the one.
Do you remember that? Yeah, a couple years ago. That's actually a huge section of ocean rift that's sitting above land. Normally that would be erupting like that underwater. And so there was like basically like a huge seam that ran up and down the Pacific Ocean called the East Pacific Rise. And what was happening was it was sort of like a conveyor belt making rock basalts that were sort of flowing outward. And so you'd have the basalt sort of moving, and then, you know, over hundreds of millions of years, all the radiolarian chert would pile on top of that. And then as all of this came close to the continental divide the continental shelf of North America, there were these massive underwater landslides that would happen. And then so you'd have basalt chert and then landslide material, which is what graywacke is. So this stuff was formed in what are called turbidite flows, that are these huge underwater landslides as the plates were colliding. And so in these formations, you get sort of this mixture of stuff, and then all this was jammed into a trench, and then, you know, kind of compacted. Some of it was metamorphosed and now uplifted. So you get these combinations of graywacke, pillow basalt, and then the chert that we saw over there, all stirred up. And those are the three Franciscan rocks.
When it's piling along the headland, I mean, how would you said those are like made up of microorganisms or just
we said dead bodies of tiny little things, yeah.
How is it getting all packed up all the way there?
So all of this was like stuffed into a giant trench. So all this stuff was kind of riding on this plate that was diving under this other one.
Yeah.
And so so the trench was called the Franciscan Trench. And the way I think a good way to think about this, like my little favorite analogy, is if you imagine a snow plow plowing down a road with a layer of snow on it, you know, you just get like in front of the blade of the plow, you get this jumble of churned up shit, you know, and you know, different layers and all that. And so that's kind of what was going on. Is you can think of the ocean plate as the road that's sort of diving down, and then the continent sort of like a snow plow, and so it's scraping all this stuff up, and some of it gets pushed up, and you know, and then all of this is kind of coming up together now. And then so you can see different, you know, things here and there and up and down.
That is a great analogy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought that was myself.
It is.
So.
Okay, cool.
Yay!